It's 2026, which means it's all things new, but one thing it does not mean, it means there's no more Stranger Things. Yes, Stranger Things has come to an end, and we at the With Mates podcast are going to give you our thoughts on the finale and of the series. Welcome once again to 2026, and welcome to the With Mates podcast. What's happening, troops, and welcome back to the With Mates podcast. My name is Andrew Grayson, your host. As ever, and we are back. We are back in a new year, but the same old faces. And the three faces that I have missed very much as I've been jaunting around in Pantoland. He is the Iceman. He is Baby Boone, Joseph Boone.
Hello, Andrew. It's good to see you in a brand new year now that you've got your panto face off.
Yeah, brand new year, brand new house, brand new face.
Is there more to brand new couch?
New. Yeah.
Brand new.
Technically, no, that's an old couch, but there's a new couch coming in March, so we'll fingers crossed that'll become here nice and soon. He is the smackiest of smacks. He's Polly Smack. Paul did it.
It's good to be smacked together.
Yes, I love it.
You
it.
have been sitting on that, haven't you?
Just waiting to go for that one.
He is the triple barrel man. He is our fearless leader. It's the one. It's the only. It's Craig Andrew Minnie.
I'm afraid we can't start the pod quite yet, guys.
Oh, no.
I'll just, we're talking about brand new us, brand new me. It's new year, new me, new year, new us. I've actually got a little surprise for everybody.
Oh no! It.
He's pregnant.
Oh yay!
Oh.
So, in secret, for the last couple of weeks. I've been preparing a little surprise for the first pod of 2026. Okay. So could you
doing a mini special.
Could you grab your phones, guys, and can you open the official With Mates chat on our WhatsApp?
Can I open the unofficial one? Will that work? Oh, you're not part of it.
He's not in that one.
That's just for nudes. That's just for nudes.
The what?
Okay.
Oh, Joseph.
Is it? Tell me when everyone's got it. Tell me when everyone's on it.
I'm in.
I'm not.
I've received.
With Mates podcast, right? I'm up.
Okay.
I'm plugged in.
Okay. Right. So, new year, new us, ladies and gents, boys and girls, presenting the new With Mates logo.
Oh, mate.
Oh my
That's
goodness.
That is
fucking
Holy moly.
Mate, that is so good.
Holy shit.
I don't know who's
Look at
I don't
Paul.
know if it's you, Joseph.
See
but
Paul's
I don't know
one.
if it's-
Paul's face.
I
whoever's
freaking love
editing
that.
Fucking get that in. That's so good.
That is tremendous.
I love it.
Oh, that is so good.
Fantastic.
What a surprise for 2026. That's awesome.
Holy
So
moly.
shout out.
Logo.
Shout out to the artist. So I obviously, as you guys know, I work with comic books.
Yep.
So I actually commissioned this from Ben Wilsonham, who is the artist behind Beats of War. So he's done that for us. So great job, Ben.
Well done.
Fantastic.
Well done, Ben.
Bravo.
What? I feel like everything else is going to be downhill from at this point.
Yeah.
That's fucking. I just want to end the podcast here. Who gives a fuck now about what we're going to talk about?
I love the little hand symbol on my chest.
I love how big your hand is as well.
It's such a big hand.
Fucking enormous that hand is.
That's such a big hand.
I love. Yeah.
Nice,
I wanted the irony of Paul being a superhero as well. I wanted that irony.
I picked up on that. Yeah, very good.
That's awesome. I'm so pleased.
That is amazing.
So fucking cool, man.
That's utterly dope.
That's awesome. I don't know. There's no real segue to go into it. What other than secret logo commissioning? Anyone else been up to anything fun? Did we have a nice Christmas, nice New Year?
Oh, fab too. It was great. But anything that was great about it, the wind has been taken firmly out of the sails.
Firmly out of the sails, yeah.
That's awesome.
Like, that has got to be one of the biggest upstagings I've ever seen. It's such a good one. Fuck so
Stranger
Things!
Get the fuck Stranger Things!
Let's put that back on the screen. Look how lovely that is. That is utterly fantastic.
That's
Well
That
done.
We'll
is-
put it up. We'll put it up for the audience
Oh,
when we
it's
do
already
the
up
edit.
there.
We'll put it up for the
It's
audience.
there.
See
Hell
see-
yeah.
yeah, it's
Hell
already
yeah.
up there. It's already up there.
But yeah, busy period. Obviously, I've been in Pantoland. The guys have been killing it. They've been doing the Mighty Nine. Is that still going? Finished?
No, that's done.
That's finished.
Mighty Nine is
Done.
done.
Mighty
It was
Nine's
fantastic.
done.
Right, well, they're all on YouTube, so make sure you're checking those out. Obviously,
And
we're at
the
start of
people
year.
loved them.
Yes, that's what I'd love to
They
see.
did.
So, quick rundown before we get into Stranger Things. What roughly our year is going to look like, right? We're obviously going to be still doing movies. We're going to be doing TV series. We'll be letting you know the TV series and the movies that we'll be doing closer to the time that we're doing them. We will probably be doing a Fallout series. I've not started that yet, so we'll probably just do a series review once they're all
Yeah,
out.
I think so. Yeah.
Craig is interested in doing Wonder Man, so I'm more than happy to do Wonder Man as well, that next series that's coming out. And then, as we say,
Mhm.
the movies that'll be going. We will be doing the review of the movie draft. We will be doing this year's movie draft. We will be doing our top 10 kind of look back on 2025, and we'll be looking into the ahead of what's coming in 2026. So they're all to come. But we wanted to get on and we wanted to do our Stranger Things review. It's obviously still very prevalent. It came out New Year's Day, I believe, so we're just about a couple of days removed from that. So we wanted to give you our thoughts on that today. So yeah, that's how things are looking. Also, if you are not already doing so, make sure you follow the With Mates podcast on TikTok. We will be using TikTok so much more this year. We will be going live on TikTok to do if like a trailer drops or some really exciting news drops about castings or anything in the world of movies and TV. We will be using TikTok live to do like a wee kind of stream or a live where we can interact with you more like directly at that point in time while we're on it, so we can take questions and we can take comments and all that kind of stuff. So you never know, it might just be a solo live with myself. It could be all four of us. It could be all, I don't know how TikTok works. At least two of us. There'll be a point.
Paul has
where it'll be
promised his first one will be from the bath. So
yes.
yeah,
Whatever that means, you know. So
whatever that means.
there's no code to it, Paul. You just said, and I quote, "I'll do my first TikTok live from the bath."
In the bath. Yeah.
there are lots of baths, lots of places. Who knows? It could be from a certain bath. It could
No,
be from my bath.
It could be
It
from-
could be from your bath,
From
Joseph.
He might he's going to drive to Bath and do it from
Yeah,
there. You
he's
know.
gonna-
I'd say, there we
Paul's
go.
It
coming
could
live
be-
from a bath in Bath.
More locally could be going to Bathgate. We don't know. Like this is just that's how it's how
Yeah.
Paul is
Set up
Yeah.
so if you want Paul to be in a bathtub in Bathgate, please let us know in the comments below.
Yeah.
If we get 100 likes, and
Fucking hell, that's fairly achievable, Trips. But yeah, that's kind of the rundown for what's to come this year. There's lots of movies. 2026 is fucking stacked for movies. We've got a lot of fun TV shows coming out. We will be there. As I say, we'll be using TikTok a lot for more like movie news and trailer reactions and all that kind of stuff. So make sure you're following us on TikTok. And if you've not done so already, hit the subscribe button, join in it. It's 2026 is going to be a big year for the With Mates podcast. We've already started with a new logo, and it's just going to get bigger and better for there. Now, let's get to the main topic. Let's get to Stranger Things. Now, we reviewed the first 4 episodes of Stranger Things. That is already on YouTube, so go and check that out if you've not already watched it. Today we will be talking about the final 4 episodes. So the part was it. This is how fucking complicated Netflix have got it.
Volume 2,
Season
Volume
5,
3.
Volume 2, which was 3 episodes, and then Season 5, Volume 3, which is just the finale. We will be talking all things
apparently.
that. So, the way this podcast works, we will give our top thoughts, no spoilers, we'll give you a spoiler warning, and then we'll get into all the details. Who wants to kick things off? What did we think of Volume 2, so the first or the second part, 3 episodes, and then what did we think of the finale? That's how I would like this to begin, and then we'll just do a free for all.
I'll kick things off.
Go on.
I thought the Volume 2, the next 3 episodes, Chapter 5, Chapter 6, Chapter 7, I thought they were okay. They were decent enough. I think parts of it did fall victim to Netflix's now their sort of ethos of having plot explained as opposed to just shown, so people who are scrolling on their phones can understand the show. I think there's a lot of episodes have been tarnished in that way. It was okay. I don't understand why people are whinging so much about it. It's not the worst thing on television by a country mile. It's not. I I think people just need to be
That's
okay
the
with-
acolyte.
No, maybe
Not far off.
we're not going back to that. I just think people need to be okay with mediocrity in art because there's going to be a lot more of it from now on. The finale
Here.
was as good as it could be. The finale was quite. I was actually quite surprised with how much I enjoyed the finale. I did think it ran on a little bit too long, but I think it was a near satisfying conclusion to a series that has run a decade. And non-spoiler, I would like to take the ending as metaphorical.
Okay.
And that's how I'm sitting comfortably with the series. So
We'll get into that. We'll get into that more when we do spoilers and stuff. Yeah, fair enough. Paul, what about you, mate?
Hi. You know what? I relatively overall enjoyed this season. Although I must say that I did forget to say something on the first podcast, and it now doesn't really make sense, but I'm gonna say it anyway.
Yeah, that's what we like. Nonsensical shit.
We missed a thing here. I do apologize. I missed this because this is all coming out during like Christmas time and whatnot.
Yeah.
We should be calling this manger things.
Nice.
Manger thing.
He's on top form. We're one podcast in, guys.
He's had
and
a
already
rest.
On top form.
He's come back. He's he's
He
back in
didn't
the
need a
game.
rest. Fuck, what's a rest? I've got no fucking idea. So you were
I'm
fairly
just-
happy with it, Paul?
Don't get me wrong. There was some, the stuff we can choose to ignore if we want or not, and usually in my case. But there was some particularly good acting from I think Sadie Sink, and one thing I thought was interesting is throughout this series, Nell Fisher, who plays Mike's sister, and I forget
Molly?
the character's name. Holly. Molly's something completely different. But the Nell Fisher actually had more screen time than most of the main cast.
Yes.
Which I'm not actually annoyed about, I think, because she's really good. And it kind of brings the series back to it's all about the youngins kind of.
Can't wait for their spin-off.
That's my thoughts exactly. Yeah. But overall, so generally pretty good. Some meh moments, but pretty good. And the finale, you're never gonna get everybody happy with a finale. I did think kudos to Netflix for giving them the time to tell a story. Whether or not you agree they told the best story within the 2 hours given to this episode is up to you, the dear viewer. But they gave them 2 hours, and a lot of this looked like a movie. You know, I mean, it was a 2-hour episode.
A lot of it looked like like a Nickelback music video from the early 2000s.
Very true.
Yeah.
Both of these things
or
can
Linkin
be true.
Park. I can't remember what the music
I think it
video
was
I'm
like
thinking of.
Linkin Park.
Yes, Linkin Park. So Paul, I will not agree with you on that, but the rest of it, yeah.
Having said that, I do have some issues, and we'll bring those up later on. But overall, you know what? I enjoyed watching this.
Craig?
Oh, here we go. I thought Volume 2 was a bit all over the place in terms of I think the first episode was okay. The second one was good. Big fan of whatever episode number that was, 6. I think 6. I was a big fan of episode 6. I thought that was that was one that kind of centered around Holly and Max because as the two best actors in the show, it is going to be the best part of it. I will once again praise Jamie Campbell Bower. I thought he was fucking phenomenal as Vecna, and especially in this case Henry in these episodes, and kind of showing us the full backstory at long last with him as well, which I'm looking forward to discussing with you all. I think episode 7 was an absolute travesty, and I hated it so fucking much. It fell into the category again of the penultimate episode curse that no one seems to be able to get right. I just don't understand how we continue to not understand how to do a penultimate episode on a TV show.
Do you know what's weird though? I feel as if Marvel know how to do a penultimate episode, they just don't know how to do a finale. Like, there's how many? I couldn't tell you how many
Yeah.
times, especially on the podcast, when I'm like,
So what you're
it's
saying
gonna
is
be epic.
Or a season
it's gonna
opener.
Be great. They'll set this all up, and then it's
the
just
Duffer
like,
Brothers,
oh,
the
fuck.
Duffer Brothers need to do a Marvel show so we can see a series that finally gets both the penultimate series episode and the finale episode awful.
Yeah.
Wrong.
They do just,
No, we don't want that. We don't want that. But no, I do agree, Craig.
In terms of the finale, all I'll say is for non-spoilers, what in the name of Return of the King was that? That's what I'll say to.
are you
to that.
slandering Return
my-
of the
in my-
King's
in-
good name?
I think it might be.
No,
Fall out.
I'm not. Not really. Not really. I'm just making a little joke about the length of the ending. That's all.
To me, so look, I'm going to hold my hands up here, right? If you've watched this or if you've spoken to me about Stranger Things, I'm not the biggest Stranger Things fan. I think Stranger Things is good. I don't think it's as like everybody talks about it like it's the best show that's ever made. It's so fucking look. The first and early series were really good, really fantastic.
Yeah.
I thought the kids were really good, wee child actors and stuff. I don't think their levels have grown as they have by age. Look, I'm not going to be mean, but I don't like
But
what's
dive
going
in
on.
anyway.
I don't like what's going on in the world with the old jabby jabs. I think it makes people look emotionless and very samey when they're acting and stuff. And again, each to their own. If it makes that person happy, I am not judging them. But just there's a lot of memes about like Millie Bobby Brown and how she looked in that series, and I don't like the idea of mocking anybody for how they look and stuff. But I'm just like, I don't like when I can't look at someone's face and tell if they're happy, sad, like in danger. Like it was so off-putting. And then obviously as soon as you start being bombarded with these memes, you can't unsee anything else on the screen then. I think there was too much plot armor. I think there was too much nerfing of
big
powers.
fucking
Agreed.
time.
I think there was a lot of stuff. Now, what I will say, I see a lot of hate for episode 7. I didn't like it. But what I will say is like people talking about, oh, why gayifying it's your no, that's not my.
Oh yeah,
I
of course.
just thought
That's not okay.
I
And that's not
thought
the
it was just
criticism,
the
no.
most pointless time to. I'm like, nobody cares. Fucking crack on with that. Should have been episode 1 and it should have been 10 minutes, right? And we will get into discussion. I get the reason for why they did it. Me personally, I was like, it's dumb. It's really silly, and I don't fucking give a fuck. It's no hate against LGBTQ plus. There's nothing like that. It's just I'm like, why is we know he's gay. We knew he was gay in series
The wrong
1.
time. The wrong time to do it in.
But
the show.
yeah, exactly.
The wrong
Make
time
that
to do it in the
episode
show.
2 and then
Yeah.
crack on with whatever we're doing and
Yeah.
stuff. And don't get me wrong, Will had some of the really cooler moments in the series as a whole.
Yeah.
But yeah, too much plot armor, too much nerfing of powers, too much ambiguity. The people that I wanted to see more of seemed to be not in it at all, and then moments in the story that I just couldn't give a fuck about were given so much time. I thought, now, Paul, you commended Netflix for giving them the time. Nah, I don't. Fucking what I would do. We had an hour left after the ending.
I
There was
know.
an hour after the
I
ending.
know.
Yeah, yeah.
I
And
know.
I cared about none of that.
Really?
No,
You cared about none of that?
again, none. Not I did not care about anything after that point. And the one thing I would say is, again, I hold my hands up. I'm not maybe who that finale was, or for that last hour was for, because I'm not invested in those characters in that way. But
Mhm.
also, I've only seen one person post about it, and I called it as soon as I seen it. It was Wild Wild West. It wasn't Lord of the Rings. It was fucking Will Smith, Wild Wild West. I literally called it as soon as I was like, why does this look like that fucking 1999 movie for Will Smith and remind me his name?
You mean the movie he chose to
Kevin
do
Kline.
over The Matrix?
The Matrix, yeah, exactly. But yeah,
Chose
overall,
to do that
like,
over the mate. Oh my.
yeah,
God.
yeah. Overall,
Wow.
like I think the I had problems with episode 6 as well. As much as that was, again, it's wee daft things like that. There's a moment. No, this isn't a spoiler, but there's a moment where Lucas kicks one of the Demodogs, and I'm like, they've tackled like a 16-stone man and took him off his feet.
Yeah.
How is he able to just Sparta kick one?
Would you prefer an even bigger plot hole for that?
Go on.
If while we're jumping in, I'll tag in.
Are we spoiling?
the-
I've got
the-
spoilers.
You know what?
Spoilers.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Spoiler.
We've all gave our
Spoilers.
top thoughts. We're all middle of the road. Nobody really loves it. Nobody really hates it. Maybe other than me. So
Okay.
yes, if you have not watched Stranger Things, the full series, if you've not watched Volume 5, we're going to talk about every episode, especially the last half of it. Now's the time to head over to Netflix or wherever you watch the show. Watch the show, come on back and listen to our thoughts. Paul, what would you like to spoil first?
Okay, I will tag in since we're talking about like maybe things that, like I said, I enjoy this series. I've enjoyed it since season 1. I think in particular season 4 is good, but my goodness, there are some plot holes in season 5, or even just things that don't make sense. So the military are and again in this season, I didn't really like military. I felt like they were actually just so unneeded, unnecessary.
What was her name? Who was the
Exactly.
The colonel.
What was her name?
No, Linda
What was her
Hamilton.
name?
Linda Hamilton. So Linda Hamilton's
yeah.
character did not need to be in this show.
No.
Just make it a generic army and it's fine. Like, if you need to combat with the army, just like she was so pointless. Like, and big love to Linda Hamilton, but fuck me, was that character not needed?
But the military are hammering these demogorgons with artillery, like just machine guns, grenades, just like everything is bouncing off them as if it's made of Play-Doh.
Yep. And
then Will's mum cuts one like with a mortal wound with a broken bit of glass.
Yep.
Now, don't get me wrong, I love Will's mum. She's as hot as the next MILF, but like, come on, we need some.
Wait, are you talking about Joyce or are you talking about Karen?
Oh, now I don't know who the characters are.
Are you talking about Winona Ryder or the blonde lady?
Oh, sorry, not Winona Ryder, the blonde lady.
Okay.
Yes.
All right,
Although
okay.
Winona Ryder's still lovely. No, sorry. Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Joyce. Yes. No, not Joyce.
Not Joyce.
God damn it! God damn it.
For other
Mrs.
It sounds like it's
objectifying
Joyce, Paul.
female actors, please follow Paul Stirrett at Stirrett Story on Instagram.
There was
They're all the
a
same.
plot in
They're all
season
the
2 or
same.
3 about it.
Yeah, Mrs. Wheeler, we'll call her.
Mrs. Wheeler.
Mrs. Wheeler, there we go. There was a whole plot about that. Anyway, she like cuts up a Demogorgon with a bit of broken glass. Now, don't get me wrong, I get the whole point, and like there was like a moment during this season where I thought, oh, some of the main characters that we've known for a while might die, and then they chose to skirt all the way around that. Like, don't get me wrong, not everybody needed to die, but it would have been nice to have. It would have been nice to have some stakes in this.
Oh, there was more stakes at a vegan cookout. There was no stakes at this at all. There was honest to fuck, man. Like, the worst one, right, was, and again, we're full spoilers now. The worst one was the Steve fake out, which was the most. Oh my
god!
Like, I called it. That it was going to be Jonathan that was going to grab him, and the fact that they blacked out, I was like, well, he's not dead. He's not dead. You wouldn't black it out at that point. Like, and anybody that even for a moment hesitated that they thought he was dead at that point, I was just like, nah.
Yeah.
You're right. It made no sense. There was no stakes. I think my biggest thing with this was my biggest issue was the plot armor and the nerfing of powers like just didn't make sense to me. So you've seen like there was a scene where 11 was just like trying to flip a van or open up a big metal thing. I'm at series 1 or series 2. I think it's series 1. She just nods her head and flips a van.
Yeah,
that's season 1.
She pulls a helicopter,
and she's been training and training and training. Yeah, this is what I'm saying. And Vecna as well. Like, there's points where somebody's brought up like, oh, Vecna can pull Holly thousands of feet away from when she was falling in the upside down back to whatever planet X or whatever, and just like there was just so many things, like him kicking the dog, nobody dying. I was just like, there's nothing.
That was my biggest criticism.
Yeah, there's nothing there, and then even that final fight. I'm skipping ahead a wee bit. We can come back, but like that final fight, when it first got revealed, I went, oh, that looks really good, and I can see where the budgets went towards the Mind Flayer. Looked really cool, nice design, CG looked great. That was it. Like, and my issue through all of this, the entire series, how are children beating these things? Like, we've been building up to fighting Vecna, and we're building up to fighting this Mind Flayer, and they do him with a couple of fucking petrol bombs and some fucking Bart Simpson catapults. Like,
Ay, caramba.
it was like I get it. It's and again, like, I had the same issue with fucking, what was that? Well, I've had an issue with all the Star Wars stuff. Skeleton Key.
You've loved
where it's
it.
like a throwback to the 80s and stuff, and this is what the 80s was. It was kids beating up fucking this, that, and the other thing. But like, to me, I was just like, I just felt let down. Like, I was kind of like, right, we've been building to this big final fight, and as much as I complained about Millie Bobby Brown, like, emotion stuff, I feel as if she got done dirtiest. Her character is the main character from season 1, 2, 3, and mostly 4, and then it was all about Will. And ultimately, I get, right, let's get into this, right? And we're going to try and be as PC as we can, right? No issue with him being gay. Love the gays. Loads of gay friends. All that stuff. 2 thumbs up, right?
I will be putting Andrew's Instagram into the comments.
Oh yeah,
don't
and I'll forgive you. I just didn't like literally. I've seen so many reels where it was like, his mum was speaking to Hopper in season 1 and talked about how everybody was calling him a. There was a bully in school that called him a fairy. There's a bit where Mike says, "Oh yeah, we know you don't like girls." So I'm going, right, so we know he's gay. We all knew he was gay through the series and stuff, and it was heavily insinuated in one of the series where he kept pining over Mike and looking over Mike and crying and all this stuff. But I was just like, you haven't made Will, in my opinion, I don't think you've made him a likable character through those first 4 seasons. He just came across as a moany little fucking weeping loser, and I'm just like, I shouldn't be I'm not going to root for you now. See the episode 4 when he got his powers at first, I was like, let's go, that's fucking cool, man. Like, now this is somebody I can get behind. And then he fell back into that trope of just being the wee whiny kind of and I'm like, nah.
I see what they're trying to do with it. The whole like, I need to share this aspect of myself, because if I don't, I'm not going to be strong enough to take on the big bad, because the big bad's manipulating all the worst sort of things that I can imagine if they not accept. It's essentially like they've used like wanting to be accepted for who you are, not who you're pretending to be, as a plot point. And I think there was a few really beautiful moments between Robin and Will about explaining it and going over it and having that sort of fear.
Robin.
I think Robin was also done dirty in this season. She felt like a complete 180 of what she was previously. But
see,
I think,
was it season 3?
I do agree on that, though. Yeah.
Love that character.
Yeah.
See this character.
I think with her sort of like coming out scene to Steve in the toilets, that's one of my favorite scenes of the entire series. It's really lovely and honest, and you get that feeling of, she's scared to do this because she thinks Steve is going to push her away, because that was the mentality at the time in the late 80s. And I think I think they used the scene for the right intention, but they executed it wrong.
I agree. Look, and I get I get the whole thing is the 80s, and that is a big deal to come out and all that kind of stuff. But the way it was done, and I genuinely think the timing of it, because that's the penultimate episode.
Yeah, and like tail end.
And we're sat there like, and again, it allows itself to all these memes. Like, see the amount of reels and stuff where it's like Vecna's killing somebody, and it's that, I don't know if he's followed the I Show Speed guy that is a big streamer.
No,
Speed.
Not
Paul,
at all.
I just know him from wrestling.
Yeah. So there's loads of it where he just shouts, he's like, "I'm gay," and then just like battering Vecna. I know it's really silly stuff, and like, I get that's not the point, and I understand the reasons for why they did it, and obviously it is this idea that he's like, now he feels comfortable with himself. He's not scared and all that kind of stuff. But like, like the dumb reels where it's like, oh, Vecna's standing there going, huh, yeah, you to fight me? Yeah, you to fight me? Your friend likes boys. And it's like, like, shut up. Like, nobody cares. And I just thought the timing in that episode, like, you're hoping to build towards this. And to me, it's more, I'm like, 11 should have been the main thing. And I think they nerfed her powers so badly. I think they nerfed Vecna's powers so badly. However, I agree with Craig. I think the performance was fantastic. I preferred him outside of the Vecna stuff. I liked him as Mr.
Yeah, when he got to show him
Henry
stuff, yeah.
and all that stuff. Fantastic. But yeah, ultimately, I just didn't think it lived up to. I think they took too long with the series. I think to do 5 seasons over 10 years, especially when this is the difficulty of doing a kids or leads being children, is they're not going to stay kids that long. And as I say, I think Holly's a really good actor. I think Sadie Sink's a really good actor. I actually really enjoyed the scene between Dustin and Steve. When he was going up the stairs, and he's like,
those were
I was like,
scenes.
I loved that. But to juxta that, the Jonathan Nancy scene can fucking go in the bin. Where he was like, oh, I unproposed. I was like, well, first of all, you didn't propose. Second of all, what the fuck does that mean? Third of all, did you break up? We don't, like, it was the most, like, and again,
it was so obvious they broke up.
Oh, bruv, I know it was obvious, but they could have done it in a much better fucking way than I unproposed to you. And I'm like,
you didn't like it. You didn't like it in the gloop room.
I hated that. And this is the thing.
Gunge tank.
That was like 25 minutes, and I'm like,
yeah,
I don't care about these characters.
So this is my biggest, number one criticism obviously was the fact that no one fucking died. We'll talk about that, I'm sure, at some point in more detail, because that's my biggest gripe about the whole thing.
No, Craig. In season 3, Hopper died. Oh no, he didn't.
No.
Oh shit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Number two would be, as Andrew's talked about in a sense, and I think it's what he's trying to say with in terms of the Will stuff as well. With that, with the Nancy and Jonathan stuff, too much time was given to the wrong things. Because too much weight, too much emphasis was given to something that ultimately, in the grand scheme of things in a show that is coming to its end, its climax, its big moment, it's not the right amount of time and waiting and pacing. It was off. It's great stuff, but we don't care enough about, for example, the Jonathan and Nancy. Who cares about Jonathan and Nancy's relationship and their problems? They're B characters in this show. When we don't have enough Paul, 11.
Paul,
even I didn't really care about the relationship.
Because this is the thing, right? As much as we have jokes that Paul is the romance guy and he loves a fucking romance story and all this, the thing that gets me is I'm going, you made Jonathan such an the fucking, like, if you follow the path of all these characters, Steve's the best written character in this show.
For
Steve
sure,
is a fantastic character, and I love Joel Keery. Please make him Harry Osborn. I fucking need that. I need him as Harry Osborn, and I need Michael Shannon as his dad playing Harry Osborn. Give that to me, Marvel, please.
That'd be so good.
Mate, I'm telling you, ever since I seen that fan cast, and I'm like, I can't get past it. The other thing I want to bring up is, like, Jonathan was such an unlikable character in the last one. He was a pure stoner, and I'm like, so we're not rooting for you and Nancy at this point. We now want her to get back to Steve, and they gave him that lovely little scene where he was like, oh, I want 6 little nuggets and stuff. So, like, even my missus was like, if Steve dies, I'm not having Christmas, kind of thing. And she was rooting for Steve to get with Nancy and have the kids and the white picket fence and all that stuff. Now, ultimately, I don't really like Nancy as a character. I can't believe how many military people she killed. Where has she got the training from? How can she do that? Like, this is my point. The fucking where these powers are coming. I'm like, oh my god, it fucking wound me up. But yeah, ultimately,
is this what it's like when I'm on a Star Wars show?
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
Oh
no, because your hate for all that stuff is absolutely nonsensical. This makes sense.
And
but yeah,
like the same shade as the wall behind him. Then it'll be
I'm not far off, to be fair. But yeah, like, to me, it just there was just so many small things that kind of added up to me going, what the fuck? How is that? Why is that? Like, it was things that the things that they introduced originally that then, I don't know, went elsewhere and didn't make sense by the time we got to season 6, or people that didn't have the same a power or ability, or like, as I say, like the Demodog killed Bob, and Bob was this fucking hulking, like some size of a man, tackled him to the floor, and no shade on Lucas, like, but I watched him carrying Max. He was struggling. He was that wasn't an easy task to carry that, like running with. And again, I'd struggle. Everybody would struggle. He's carrying a full human being, underarm and stuff like that. He's going to struggle, but he just fucking Sparta kicked this dog. Like, no, shut up. That doesn't make sense.
I think
It's plot armor. It's
the two big things that I was like, really struggling with the series is like you've got. They don't have like their grounded magic system, or like a concrete magic system for it.
Yeah.
And which is like, you know, the rules for whatever powers are within the world, and they fluctuate. And it seems like the only really payoff for using magic powers is a tiny little nosebleed, and needing to eat more waffles. I think it doesn't feel like they had like all those powers and everyone's abilities set in stone. And it feels like a lot of it were flexible to suit the needs of certain scenes, like, you know, Nancy's TA training that she clearly had, or the astral projection stuff, which was cool, but I can't remember it coming up before in previous seasons. And it didn't feel like. It didn't feel like things were thought through within the logic of the world. It felt like things were planned and written for this, just like getting from point A to point B for the scene, which made things feel like a little bit just flat or not unrealistic, because you're watching a show about superpowered kids. But I'm like, there was. It just left me more going, instead of going, oh, that's a really cool moment, being like, well, why haven't you done that before? Or why aren't you doing the thing that you've done before? I completely agree with you guys. I think there's a lot of time spent on things that we as audience haven't been given enough lead up to care for.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, I still think the show would have worked better as an anthology, as they had originally planned.
Maybe.
Thank you, Joseph. That was one of my points that I was going to make later on as well. Yeah, I totally agree with you.
Mm-hmm. Also,
totally agree with you.
The grandfather clock noise that came in at the end of one of the episodes, and we went, oh, remember that when they heard the noise and someone went missing. Yeah, did nothing with that.
I think the other thing that's not
season 4 was so good in comparison with 5.
No, I think three's the best. Whatever one.
Three's considered one of the worst.
Whatever one they
not
made.
3, Andrew.
What's the one with Maxie's brother? 2, 3.
Season 3.
That's 2.
Yeah.
Well,
I
2
love
and
it.
3.
Regardless,
2 and
anyway,
3.
the one where he was in it was really good, and the one where Eddie was in it was decent as well. But
That's season 4.
It was decent. It wasn't anything.
It was the proper horror one. Would you like to know?
What was the one with what was the one with the mall?
That's season 3.
That's
That's generally
like
considered the worst.
I genuinely like season 3.
I don't mind it, but the
I think they're still at an age where they seemed appropriate for the roles that they were playing and stuff. Whereas again, I can't get past, like I made the joke on the first podcast. I was like, why are they all 40? Like they all like I'm going. You're supposed to be 16. You all look older than me.
I will say, but on that, I think Finn Wolfhard is the only one out of them that I was looking going, you know what, you can still pass for that right now. He's got like in those last scenes, he's got quite a boyish face.
No,
maybe it's because
he's got a boyish face for an adult, but like he's not like he did not look young enough to be in that. The only one that looked of age was Holly because she was of age. Even
no,
Sadie
out
Sink
of the main
looked
cast.
like a fucking...
He looks the youngest out of the main cast.
Okay, he looks 41. The rest look 44. Like
he's no
41.
Joseph Boone.
I'm being facetious, but he does not look 16.
And I thought he was good in those last scenes. I actually quite liked what he was doing.
I hated him in those. I hated everybody in those last scenes. I genuinely like. Oh,
well, spawning off of that, of something else that I noticed and hated, we spoke a bit about the demo dogs, right? In the
Where were the
final
bats and where were the
fight,
Demogorgons?
where were the bats and where were the demo dogs in the final fight?
Have you heard the Duffer Brothers' answers for this?
I think so. I've heard a theory that I kind of liked because it related back to season 3, which was
So I know that
they were like sucking up all the mass and all that.
Nope.
But what was the Duffer Brothers one again?
So people asked him about that. Asked him, is that the thing? Because we see it in series 3 or 4 or whatever series it was, where the mini mind flayer in the mall would suck up the human remains and corpses and stuff to make up their being and stuff. So somebody asked that to the Duffer Brothers, and they were like, "No, they're there." But Vecna didn't think the kids would come and bring the fight to his lair, so they are there. He just didn't. He was just arrogant and thought he would wipe the floor with these kids without the need of help. And I'm
okay, like first and foremost, that's bad boss
bullshit.
design. That's bad boss design.
Yes.
Like if you've got a big HP sack that is Vecna that all your party members are going to be going around, you need minions. Yeah, sure you can make them one hit point. But like fuck's sake, man.
But this is the thing is this is all based in D&D, and I've never played D&D, but I've got a fucking brain when I play any other fucking games. When I play God of War, there's loads of wee fucking bat things that are doing my head in while I'm trying to fight the actual boss. Like that's and you've introduced these foes and different variations and stuff, and I'm going, we didn't even see one. Like we didn't see one. We didn't get a bat thing. This is the other thing that I think, and again, I'd like to push us on to things that we did enjoy about this series, because there are things that I really enjoyed about this series. I'm just getting my grievances out the road. The length of time that this has taken to come out, and the amount of speculation, where I've seen like people talking about it, where it was like Stranger Things season 5 fan speculation, and it's like, and then it's like what actually happened, and it's just a straight line, and I'm just like, yeah, because people love to fantasy book. People were talking about Eddie coming back as like a fucking human bat that would turn all the bats against Vecna, and you did all these different theories about Barbara coming back, and this is going to happen and that's going to happen, and then ultimately it was just like, no, he's going to get impaled on a tooth.
I think
that was it.
The thing that I'm kind of disappointed about with the series, and I was speaking to my friend about this on New Year's, and I completely agree with his stance on it. I think they've explained too much about it, and explained too much about how things work within the world. It's like it's not the Shadowfell. It's a tunnel that connects to a different planet. I didn't mind that. No, but it's there's too much. Yes, Paul.
Do you know why? Do you know why that is?
Is it to promote the stage show?
No. It's
apart with the stuff in that now doesn't make sense to what happened in the show.
There's nothing to do with that, and it's all to do. And this I'm going to take it out of Stranger Things and into more of an umbrella thing, because if Netflix buys Warner Brothers
I've not
whoever,
watched Umbrella Academy.
we've got.
This got spoilers for Umbrella Academy. Oh.
Yeah, do you really like my point, Joseph?
I liked Umbrella Academy.
But basically, we're going to have a lot of that to look forward to from any sort of streaming service kind of shows, because it's changing the style of writing of shows, because these producers assume and create content based on people who aren't actually watching the show.
Yeah.
They assume you are on your phone.
Yeah, that's why it's why characters talk literally about what they're doing at any one time, and it's like, like literally every scene in Stranger Things, like, so we need to go to the radio station, but we can't get to the radio station because those things are there. But if we use this thing, it gets rid of those things, and then when we get rid of those things, we can get to the tower. And then once we're at the tower, we'll climb up the tower, and then once we're at the top of the tower, the planet will come down. And once the planet, and it's just like, shut up. But that's not on Stranger Things. That's the Netflix model now, because it is just people. And again, it's a big reason why I'm an advocate for going to the cinema, because your phone's away and you can sit and fucking enjoy a movie and not take. Don't get me wrong. There's some, like, I've seen Avatar. Woof.
But the best film.
But then you know what the problem. You know what the problem's gonna be is that if Netflix, for example, buys Warner Brothers, they're going to be designing their films for Netflix. They might do because their goal is not the cinema releases. They might do a cinema release. So you're going to have that kind of dialogue in the cinema.
They've come out and said that they're going to
17
do
days.
17 days, 17 days in the cinema, and then it'll be straight to streaming, which is good for some people, but for me, personally, I don't like that. Personally, I like the cinema experience. I don't mind having to wait until it comes to streaming or digital or whatever. But even then, it's still coming so quickly compared to when we were kids. It was fucking a year or two before it came out on video. Whereas you're talking like Superman was out. Like I think Superman was in the cinema, and then like I think it was 8 weeks or something, and it was already on streaming. It was mental.
Going down to the Blockbuster at the Beach Boulevard, chapping on the door, being, "What can I rent my DVD yet?"
Exactly. I was renting videos, man. That's how old I am. But yeah, like, look, I'd like to kind of.
We should do a naughty's version of this and call it puzzling things. That's what we should do.
Puzzling things, jeez.
Puzzling things.
I want to kind of push us over. What were some of the stuff that you did enjoy about the series? Like, what were some of the redeeming qualities that you find? Like, again, I've kind of.
Well, I wasn't done, but okay. Yeah,
all right, no, if you're done, take it.
Sorry.
If you've got more, why? I've got
3 and 4.
So I've got one last thing, and I think it'll be, if it's the same as you, Craig, you can take the lead on it. Was the
Joseph, anything you want to throw in?
I like the music.
Nice. We'll go back to good. No, we will go back to good. But like the one big glaring thing that I've not mentioned as well that I was just like, what the fuck is that? Is the big MacGuffin? What was in the suitcase? Where did that come from? What is that? Why did that come about? Like these producers
tells you in the stage play.
showrunners. Oh, does it?
Apparently.
Oh, well, there you go. That's maybe where I got my answers. I just felt as if, like, well, where did that big ball of energy come from that started everything? Like, what is, like, I don't know. I just thought it was dumb. Sorry, Craig.
Number three. The fact that we had multiple adults now in the show, including Nancy, Jonathan, Hopper himself. They've straight up murdered soldiers and people. Where was the You said this in the last pod, Andrew. Yeah. Where the fuck were the consequences for that? That is a massive plot hole, that, for a start. Number 4. The worst scene in this entire episode of the finale was the scene on the fucking roof between that scene between Jonathan, Nancy, Steve, and Robin. Holy mother of God, that was poorly written, and I don't like saying that too often because I don't like shitting on things. But Jesus fucking Christ, that was painful to watch that scene. It was really badly written, and I'm.
You don't want to go see his film about cannibal capitalists? Or
where did that all come from?
That's it.
Like, I know he was a photographer and all that shit, but I was just like,
he's a filmmaker now.
I don't know, man. I just feel as if they
also too long. Too much time on the scene.
Everything after that was too long. I didn't hate the what's his name?
Dustin, graduation.
Harrington, graduation. I didn't hate the graduation scene. It's very paint by numbers. It's a very kind of nostalgic 80s, 90s thing where you get the graduation speech. It was bringing the Eddie thing. Yeah, I know. I get that. Look, again, I don't mind. And this is where I'm saying this is for the fans of Stranger Things, people that are really invested in the Eddie relationship. There's loads of really nice wee things for the true fans of Stranger Things, but to me, ultimately, I'm like, look, I'm watching this to see I'm fucking a superhero loser. I'm here for the big fight, and you let me down with the big fight. So the fact that there was an hour left and it was just wrapping up all these bullshit fucking stories I don't give a fuck about. And again, to go back to what Craig said as well, no repercussions for Hopper. Hopper can go get married and move to wherever he wants to move to, and he's killed fucking multiple people. The soldiers just left. Cool.
Take him to jail. Where was
Dusty's girlfriend? What happened to Robin's girlfriend? Ultimately, I don't really give a fuck about these people.
Robin's
what happened to Murray?
Yeah, but
what happened to Murray? The star of the series.
No,
or the Russian dude.
Murray's one of the best things in the series.
So, last question.
Give us more Murray. Give us a Murray spin-off.
Last question, and then I'll give us. I'll take
Stranger Murray. Murray things.
Well, you don't need shouting at the microphone to be heard.
I mean,
oh my God,
I'm passionate.
Did Santa bring you a new mic, or are you still on that old fucking Fifth Element tripod?
Hang on, put on your goggles.
Oh, it's the same. It's the monolith. Like, the monkeys are around it.
What pagans prayed to.
But yeah,
they're gonna unearth that one day.
What did you think of the again, if there's any other parts of the series, like again, I like the Mrs. Wheeler stuff. Like she's quite cool. I wanted more from her actually. I was seeing theories that she was actually like Henry's sister and stuff, and then they kind of introduced the fact that he went to school with Joyce and
that
Popper,
went nowhere.
and that went nowhere. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff where they introduced stuff that didn't go anywhere or they didn't go back to it. But what did you think of the ending of 11? Like, what did you think of the ending and then ultimately the storytelling bit of D&D to finalize the whole series?
Well, it's Stranger Things, so shouldn't we take they explain everything in the context of things as they're happening, so we should probably take it all very literally, is what I think. Take everything.
I've seen so many theories, and again, look, my favorite film of all time is Inception, and it has an ambiguous ending, but I believe it's been kind of answered that it is one certain way. But I've seen things that the entire thing was a game. I've seen things that
was my prediction.
She is alive. I've seen things that I've seen loads of things. But
the audacity to try and Life of Pius was it made me mad. Which ending do you prefer? Just like, no, grow a pair and fucking kill your main characters. Why did everyone fucking survive? Sorry, yeah. I hated the fact that people didn't die.
Mad. You can get mad, Craig, because I felt the same way. I was very much of the like, if their intent is that she is alive at the end, so they can bring her back, do all that stuff, they are cowards. But
that's why they did it.
I like the idea that this is Mike grieving. This is Mike coming to terms with it and putting it to bed. Because Callie suffered a grievous bodily wound that should have killed her. That shouldn't have done that. But there's a lot of stuff where you have to kind of do some mental gymnastics to make it work. The logical explanation is that all is verbatim, and 11 is alive somewhere in Norway, and that's how the kids that's how they deal with it. I hope that's not the case, because it gives it a bit more of a poignant ending and something that's kind of like, maybe that story is a little bit more worth it. The telling it through the medium that Mike understands. I liked that. I liked the fact they used Ravenloft, Strad von Zarovich, fucking what's her face? Max missed a trick not calling him Strad von Zara bitch. That was a stupid bit of writing. It was right there, guys. And to me, the ending felt like how it feels to end a long-running D&D campaign. It felt very sort of, I can't remember the long word for it. Happy, sad. What's the word? Melancholy. That's the word.
Melancholy. Yeah.
And it was that whole, all your pals are going off now. You won't see them again for many, many moons. They fit that really nice. And then the next generation.
Unless you're like those four who are going to meet up every month. Yeah, let's meet up in Philadelphia. Yeah. Philadelphia. Yeah. Let's all drive to Philadelphia, fly there every month to meet up in a basement.
You don't like that, Craig?
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
They're gonna be best friends forever.
They're not.
They're gonna fox in the hand.
They're adults. They're not even the 18-year-olds. They're fucking in their mid-20s by this point. Honestly.
So I don't want to.
I wanted to bring up this point where I think we should now, outside of the podcast, we should all meet up, maybe in London, once a month. We'll find. Well, I don't know. I don't have a basement there, but we can find one.
I've still not had time to paint around
Costs us a
my
grand
light
a month.
fixtures. Where do you think I'm getting the fucking time to travel to London? I don't know. No,
Once a month.
this is the thing.
That's
Yeah.
why it's called puzzling things.
No,
Because
it's
we
not.
puzzle
It's
that out.
definitely not. That's not what our. It's not what our tribute act is going to be called. I don't want to piss on anybody's chips, but and again, this might mean fuck all, considering there was a point where Holly had an Under Armour t-shirt on that they've now ratified.
Oh,
Nice.
The people have said that there was like her hand was flickering as if it was like a projection. She didn't have her tattoo on her wrist in that scene, and she wasn't nosebleeding when she was doing the mind projection into Mike. So everybody's saying that it is true that she's alive, which I find rather disappointing. Because again, if you're going to keep her alive, if you're going to keep her alive, I would rather she ended up with Mike. And the other thing as well, she went to a place where there was 2 waterfalls, not 3, and I was just like, well, that's dumb. Just fucking superimpose a third one. That was what you were going for. If you're going to,
Was
if you're
that
going to,
Scotland?
Friends stay alive.
I thought it was Scotland. I genuinely
Was it-
anywhere
was
that's
it-
that pretty.
was it
So did I
Fife?
for a
It's
bit.
Scotland.
Yeah.
Was it Fife?
Yeah.
That's-
No, it's not Fife. Fife's a hole. Sorry if there's any Fifers listening, but like, fuck me.
I thought you were going to say, I'm sorry if there's any Pipers left.
No, listening. No. I don't wish that. upon
Fifers,
them.
get us in the comments. Get us in
Yeah.
the comments,
If you're
Fifers.
into your
Let us know.
Scottish history,
Let us know you're
my
still out
goodness,
there.
we've just slayed there.
I think that's the
But,
biggest laugh
um,
we've got out of Paul.
No, we Paul with the open window, and what show was that?
Oh,
Yeah.
that was the acolyte.
The Acolyte,
That was
yeah.
the acolyte. Oh, my
yeah.
But yeah, like again, I feel as if there's a lot of stuff where I'm going, look, I get what you were doing, and I understand what you were going for, but ultimately, I just don't think it landed. And
Yeah.
I think my biggest, similar to Craig's, like my biggest big thing was plot armor and nerfing, but also like we were speculating who was going to die and how they would die. There was even stuff with Max. Why wasn't she blind? She was blind at the end of the series. Like, what the fuck? Why introduce that and then not
She
do
was
it
in a
again?
trance, and the trance was broken. Wibbly wibbly, power of friendship.
Shite. It's and again, look, I hope, and this is genuine, if you loved this series, I'm so glad, and I hope it was everything
Yeah.
you ever wanted it to be. And if you're getting angry at us for being negative about it, we apologise, and it's just our opinion, and we hope you loved it, and we do not shit on anybody that watched this and enjoyed what they got. 100%. We are just talking about it from our points of view. There's lots
Unless you're
of things
from
that I
Fife.
really love that, yeah, unless you're from Fife. There's a lot of stuff that I love that the guys really hate, and vice versa. Like, this is the fun thing, and this is why we do it, is because we want you guys to get in and tell us what you did enjoy about it, and why our opinion is different from yours, and what all that kind of thing. The one thing I will say, right, I believe this series will age in a way where you'll see some reels and some cuts where it shows you all the best bits. So you'll see Will's moment, you'll see the jump, which again looked unreal when she jumped up towards the mind flare, and you had the mind flare opening its mouth, and she was I was going, really cool shot, that's cool. That'll be super cut. You'll have the relationship between Steve and Dusty. If there's real fucking softies and romancers out there like Paul that really like that fucking unproposal scene, cool. Fucking add that into your superhero. I think there are parts of this TV show that were very enjoyable. Derek, shout out to Derek. Really enjoyed that character. Good introduction to a character that was only here for one series. I actually thoroughly enjoyed it. I hope that young man
Suck
gets more
my
work and stuff.
fat one.
Yeah, love all that. The actor that plays Vecna and Henry and all that stuff, what an actor. Hope he works
Fantastic.
a lot more. I hope Holly works a lot more.
Much
I hope
preferred
Sadie
him
Sink.
when he was like singing about canaries and pining after Sweeney Todd's or no,
Joanna.
yeah, and Joanna. Alan Rickman's War.
You watching.
It's a great
But
song.
yeah, like there is a lot of good in this series. To me, it's the same thing as what I've said since the entire series began. I think it's good. I think it has moments of great, but it's got a lot of dog shit. Like, there's a lot of stuff that I have issue with that don't
Damn
make
dog
sense.
shit.
And to me, I think if you look at some of the answers, and again, Duffer Brothers, congratulations! It's an iconic series that everybody watched.
Oh,
I
yeah.
watched it. I'm not even a big fan, and I watched it, and you guys have done a fucking wonderful job with it. But when you're asking questions like, oh, why weren't they there? And they're just kind of like, I'm like, well, yeah, that kind of tells you that he's the. And again, look, a lot of people, especially nowadays with the internet and people that will fucking break down like fuck. People are breaking down these 30-second Avengers trailers and going, what does this mean? Everybody's going to pick up on wee tiny things, but like to me, I just thought there was some really major fucking issues. But as I say, I hope if you're watching this and you're really annoyed, I hope you enjoyed the series. I hope you got everything that you wanted from this series. I hope you loved it as much as I love my Marvel shit. Ultimately, I would give it a 6 out of 10. Thought it was good. There was a lot of bad in it. There was some 9 out of 10 moments. Really,
Yeah.
like, I genuinely popped
100%.
for the Will moment. I went, that's cool. He's a character I'm into. And then it kind of went back to where he was. But yeah, 6 out of 10 for me. Lads, scores.
For the cultural relevance and for some of the highs and ignoring some of the lows, the last season of Stranger Things I give 6.5.
Boone?
I'll go higher. I'll go 7. It was
Maybe 7.
Apparent what you said. There's some really, really good moments. I think this is one of the series, kind of like some of the Star Wars ones, where a fan edit will make this a really, really, really good show.
Oh, that's a good shout.
And I also think people, just the mass vocal minority has been far too critical of this as well. I mean, it's all right. Nothing has to be, groundbreaking all the time. It doesn't always have to be like this. This has completely changed my life.
The
This is
Mighty
the
Nine.
best thing in cinema or TV or whatever. It doesn't always have to be that way. And quite frankly, it's time it ended. Things need to end so we can have more new sort of stuff. I am just happy that they used David Bowie's Heroes at the end, because that got a little bit of an emotional sting.
There you go. Sorry. I upgrade mine to a 7. Anything that ends with David Bowie's Heroes cannot be
Because
bad.
it was nice.
See Jojo Rabbit. Especially if it's in German.
They mirrored, I think it's season 3 when they do Peter Gabriel's version of it, which it's a really, really nice version of Heroes. And I liked how they mirrored
We can be heroes just for one day. Oh, sorry, I'm thinking of Gabriel Byrne. Never mind. That's a Family Guy joke.
Paul, these are softballs, and you are missing every single one of them. But yeah, 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10 for me.
Mooney?
I think I'm going to agree with you, Andrew. I'm going to say 6. I think it was good, and I think it had some moments of hitting the highs. I agree with what Joseph said earlier on. I think this would have worked better as an anthology show. I think season 1 was easily the best season of the show. I think that was at its peak. I think that story was contained in itself, and I think it could have ended there. But obviously, with the way things are in the media, you always have to then pump out more because it was successful. But I think the show would have been great as a D&D themed anthology story, and I think that's what it would be. But yeah, for me, I know I've been harsh, but it actually has been enjoyable in bits and been good. And I will say, well done to everyone involved as always. 6 out of 10 though for me.
The one thing I would say is like, I don't regret watching it. Like I've had fun at points watching it. I've bonded with my girlfriend watching it and stuff like that. It is a series that I would recommend people watch, especially if you're into this kind of 80s stuff and D&D and all that kind of things. The only thing for me, 6 out of 10. It's good. I would, even Joseph at 7, completely understand it. I would understand people giving it an 8 or 9 out of 10. But yeah, it now comes to an end. I do believe there is an animated spin-off coming to Netflix. I don't know what.
Tales from
There's
85,
rumours
I
of
think
that.
it is.
Yeah,
Murray
but
Things.
buzzing to see Sadie Sink again, because Sadie Sink soon will be appearing in 2026 in Spider-Man Brand New Day, which I cannot wait for. As soon as that trailer drops, we will of course be reacting to it. Lads, I went and seen Avatar. I seen the third trailer for Doomsday. All I will say is
Oh, nice.
so good. But yes, let us know in the comment section, what do you rate season 5 of Stranger Things? Get in the comments, let us know all your thoughts, let us know all your favourite parts, all your negative parts. all that stuff. Let us know what your thoughts are on us. Make sure you're already subscribed to YouTube. Hit that subscribe button, get our viewers and our subscribers up. Plenty coming at the start of the year, and there'll be plenty coming throughout the year. We've got the results for the Fantasy Movie Draft. Fantasy Movie Draft 2026 will be getting filmed. We'll be doing our top 10 or our top 5 or whatever we're doing. We're going to have a look back at 2025 for our favourite movies of the year. Probably add in a wee bit of TV in there as well, because I know Craig likes a wee discussion about some TV shows. But yeah, let us know what you want us to be reviewing this year. Let us know what your favourite stuff coming out this year, what series, what movies, all that good stuff. As I say, we're going to be very prevalent on TikTok, so make sure you're following us on TikTok and get on the lives whenever we do so go live. But that's all for us this week. You can find Joseph Boone at Joseph Boone with an F. You can find Polly Smack at Stirrit Story. You can find Craig Andrew Mooney at Craig Andrew Mooney. Sorry?
With an S. Polly Smack with an S.
You're such a fucking dickhead. So yeah. I was in a fucking roll with an S. Such a knob. I'm so glad to be back. You can find Craig Andrew Mooney at Craig Andrew Mooney, and you can find me at Alpha Grey on all social media platforms. But don't follow us. Follow the podcast at With Mates Pod on Shut Up Joseph. It's been a while. Follow me at With Mates. Follow us at With Mates Pod on all social media platforms. But as I say, the two main ones, get us on TikTok, get us on YouTube, on Spotify, on Apple. We're on all the platforms. But that's all for this time. We will see you next time. Latest on the main J.
Smacky New Year!